Good morning, students. Today we are going to a new topic on positive psychology. Students, positivity is the driving force of our life. For example, when you come to college, you step out of the home with a positive feeling that you will definitely reach your college. Do you think of accidents or just focus on getting the auto or bus and crossing the road? Well, choice is yours. You can live with negativity. Of course, which by default is the first thought that comes to your mind in any difficult situation. Challenging things happen to us every time, and honestly, most of the times they knock us down. But what is important is at which angle do you see it? Do you see that you have fallen down hitting hard? Or do you see that it's time to get up once again? Well, positive psychology does not change the fact that life has knocked you down, but it is about accepting that you have fallen and now find ways to get up and give yourself a second, third, or fourth chance till you die medically. It is difficult to imbibe positivity. Students, it is not a piece of cake. You have to work hard to get it and get your life back on track and getting ready to stand up once again. Positive psychology is a newly emerging branch of psychology. Positive psychology is the scientific study of what makes life worth living. It is scientific approach to study human thoughts, feelings and behavior. It focuses building on the personal strengths and all the positive qualities and experiences in life. Seligman defined positive psychology as the scientific study of positive human functioning and flourishing on multiple levels that include the biological, personal, relational, institutional, cultural, and global dimensions of life. In short, positive psychology is the science of happiness, human strength, and growth. Research suggests that greater weight and attention is given to the negatives in human behavior compared to the positives. Positive psychology believes that a person can overcome many psychological problems by opting a positive approach. Therefore, positive psychology is an important science in today's life. Students, you can see here, positive thoughts generate positive feelings and they attract positive life experiences. I repeat, positive thoughts generate positive feelings and attract positive life experiences. Life above zero. Positive psychology emphasizes study of life above zero. Here zero is the line that divides illness from health and unhappiness from happiness. Traditional psychology has focused on life at and below zero, that is, illness, pain, and frustration. But life below zero indicates life which contains stress, problems in life, physical and mental diseases, unhealthy social relations. These factors negatively influence human life. Major objective of positive psychology is to take human life above zero. Life above zero covers a large area of positive aspects of human behavior like happiness, optimism, hope, trust, compassion, etc. In this topic, we are going to study some of the aspects of it. Broaden and build theory given by Barbara Fredrickson. According to this theory, when we are happy or experience positive emotions, we tend to think more positive thoughts. This is reflected in our behavior too. For example, being in a positive frame of mind, we want to be around people and socialize. Thus, we have effectively increased or built our social and psychological resources. When we experience positive emotion, it leads to broadening, that is, increasing the number of actions we can think of performing. These actions help strengthen our psychological resources, which improves our well-being. Students, have you ever thought about why happiness is important in life? I think there are various reasons, but I'm going to give you 7 reasons. Number 1, happy people can earn more. Number 2, happy people get more success. Number 3, happy people help others more. Number 4, happy people have better relationships. Number 5, happy people have better marriages. Number 6, happy people have better health. And last, happy people are more resilient, that is, they are ready to change according to the situations. Students, happiness is a positive emotional state that is subjective for each person. Miss, how is it subjective? It is the differences in which how you experience happiness. For example, some people are very happy when they get sweets. At the same time, there are some people who just hate the sweets, and that is why definition of happiness, it depends upon the subjective nature of the person. Let us go to the theories of happiness. The first theory talks about need or goal satisfaction theory. You are happy because you have reached your goal. For example, you are hungry and somebody offers your favorite food, then you are happy. So this is need satisfaction. Second, process or activity theory. Engaging in particular activities. See, here the girl is singing, one is playing the guitar. So this generates happiness. And we can another take example, that is a child who is playing, he is also happy. So activity is making the person happy. Now what are the determinants of happiness? You might be tempted to believe that health, income, prestige are the most important factors of happiness. But the research has shown that these factors add only a small portion of total happiness experienced by people in their entire lifetime. On the contrary, other factors are better predictors of long-lasting happiness. Let us see some of them. Number 1, strong and intimate social relationship. They help an individual to build better support system to rely on at the time of difficulties. It also produces greater positive contacts, adding to overall happiness. Second one, optimism. When a person is more hopeful about the future, he will experience more positive emotions, thereby reducing negative emotions like stress and anxiety. Number 3, self-esteem. Having a positive evaluation of one's own self is positive self-esteem. This enhances the confidence level of the individual and their ability to approach challenges more constructively. This results in greater incidences of being successful, thus adding to his happiness level. Number 4, achieving challenging goals. Students, when a person adjusts the goal according to his or her capacities, it becomes a challenging goal. Achieving such challenging goals leads to happiness. The trick to maintain happiness level is to find out and achieve a goal which is neither too easy nor too difficult. Number 5, perceiving meaning in life. Research shows that an individual who does not experience meaning in life tends to experience more negative emotions. Therefore, it is the responsibility of each individual to create a unique meaning and have a purpose in his own life to ensure happiness. And number 6, perspective of looking at the world as an opportunity rather than a threat. As we have seen earlier, achieving challenging goals lead to happiness. That means our perspective of looking at the world matters for our level of happiness. So dear students, in today we have learned about happiness and positive psychology. We also learned the way we look and perceive the world is more important to determine our happiness than objective circumstances we experience. Let us go to the quote. The quote for today says, instead of focusing on all the bad, I repeat, instead of focusing on all the bad, be thankful for all the good. Be thankful for all the good. Each day you have is a blessing from God. Each day you have is a blessing from God. Let us go to the assignment. The question is, answer the following question in 35 to 40 words. Explain the theories of happiness. My dear students, go through the lesson, read it and complete the assignment. Thank you students. Have a nice day.